Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your daily Love Connection Sun Sign readings. And I just hope that this video runs its entirety, and I apologize for the fact that it apparently shut itself off. And that was the second take, and I don't even know it's happening, but it seems suitable to what's going on. So I just kind of sit back and I say, it's a new day. I love what I do, and if for some reason it doesn't work for, and accomplish what I would like it to through this reading, I will be leaving to go to work and coming back early enough to try it again. So today's featured sun sign, welcome new and returning viewers. Thank you so much for your support and your beautiful comments and for subscribing. I love having you here, and so does YouTube. So there's a kind of a duality to it, which is really beautiful as I see the growth. And that's inspirational. So hopefully I can bring you inspiration and some viewpoints, or maybe some information you've never heard of. That makes you feel good. That's really my main objective here. So the featured sun sign today is Cancer. So the highlighted relationship and connection with Cancer today is going to be done right now in front of you, and that's going to be, I can't tell, I'm sorry, it's in the center. Let me do it one more time. Cancer and Libra. Okay, you know what? Let me double check, because if I've done that highlighted connection in the last month, I always try another one. And the reality is that I always read an individual card now for every single other connection and astrology sign with Cancer. So everybody gets a message. But really briefly here, I meant to do this just before I came in. So Cancer last time was Cancer and Leo, and then it was Cancer and Sagittarius. And let's see here, Libra had Pisces and Libra had Cancer. Okay, yeah. But that was different because that was Libra and Cancer. So yeah, it's going to be Cancer and Libra. I don't know, it seems to work, and I'm going to go with it. It's spirit in play as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about each sun sign, and I am going to shorten the descriptions and the definitions of the particular sun sign, because it tends to run a little long if I'm not careful, and especially if it's going to get cut off. But I will read three major categories for this beautiful connection of Libra and Cancer. And then also I will be reading, like I said, an individual message for everyone in connection with Cancer, and then finishing with your beautiful oracle divination messages. So this is the first one that came out. I'll explain what's going on with the three major categories as soon as I talk a little bit about each sign here. Cancer is the beautiful water sign, and Cancer is, like with other water signs, very, very sensitive, very receptive, very they run deep. Their emotions run deep. They rule and live their lives through their emotions. And that's really the main thing with water element versus air and fire and earth. It's all about their emotions. It's how they feel, and literally the things that they can feel about others and connect with others without saying a word. There's that beautiful, psychic, intuitive, strong, just understanding. I call it a beautiful gift and power, but it can be overwhelming at times. Cancers are ruled by the moon. The moon controls the tides. The tides have water, and we're a great percentage of water. So there's a constant kind of cycle and connection and current going on with Cancers, and they get pulled in and then they come back, and there's this, it's an ebb and tide kind of thing that they get and they understand, but it's always kind of going on between them, and they always kind of feel, like I said, everything happening around them. So they tend to want to be hyper aware and sensitive to things that don't feel good, which is something we can all learn from. Energy is energy. We're all energy. And I know there has to be times you've walked into a room and you're just like, ooh, something doesn't feel right. Or, just the opposite, like, bam, that's the one, So, but, there's this real need for Cancers to have trust and, that security with people. And so they'll let people in that they feel that way with. And they're going to be a little more subjective about that, I think, than the average person, because they have this ability to sense things, you know, like an animal knows. They just like, they come in, and if they're not friendly to somebody, I know something's up. So I think it's a beautiful gift, but like I said, it can be very emotionally draining, for lack of a better word. But, you know, Cancers are a cardinal sign. They are very much an initiator. They like to do things. They like to keep things active and moving, and being a part of things. Being a part of their family especially is huge to them. You know, catering to their family, nurturing comes to mind. Motherhood is key to them. You know, and even if it's not their own children, it's their family's children or people they take care of. It's just this beautiful instinct to want to really care for others. And they're very, very good at that. And those that they love, of course, and whoever that is, whoever family is. Very sentimental, very capable of managing money and, you know, being able to save and just having a good idea of, you know, the value of money and how they themselves are valuable. And so, yeah, just really, really good-hearted people. Once again, moody at times, sensitive. They may kind of be reclusive and need that time to just be and to regenerate themselves, because there's a lot, like I said, energy that gets put onto them sometimes unwillingly. And yeah, I love them. I think they're beautiful spirits and very much interested a lot of times in the occult and things that we don't normally speak of, because they're the mystery things, the things that are unseen but very much happening. And then we have Libra, which is the sign of balance, which is the scales, which is an air sign. So we have water and air. And these are very different. They approach life in completely different ways. You have the emotion, like I said, and the feeling part of Cancer, but then you have the mind and the expressive aspect of air signs. And Libra, which is about, you know, communication and conversations and being able to connect in that realm. And also to learn and to research and to, in Libra's case in particular, out of all the three signs, to really find a balance with their relationships, which are extremely important to them. Cancer, anyone in the zodiac, like they can probably get along with anybody. There's some they're going to obviously resonate better with. But remember, the sun sign is only a 12th of who we are, so there's a good chance that you or another Libra or Cancer may have air in your chart, predominant, you know, very important planets like the moon and rising and Venus. If they have air, there's going to be another reason to have this compatibility there, which oftentimes happens to be the case. But I think just in general, as far as the air signs go, excuse me, I feel like there's a fluidity to Libra and this sense of wanting to just, you know, give and feel that emotion, you know, because they feel so deeply about connecting and understanding another person and really wanting to listen and hear when you have a conversation and really discern all the different viewpoints, right? And like I said many times, they say Libras have a hard time making decisions. They're simply taking their time to recognize every single possible way to, you know, look at this situation, look at the conversation, look at this person, look at this relationship, you know, and it can be exhausting too. But once they made up their mind, they're pretty much solid about that. Either way, they are a cardinal sign as well. So there's that kind of beautiful harmony there, as the two of you are both cardinal signs, and then also just this being ruled by Venus. So there's a lot of love and interest in beauty, which also is an attraction with a Cancer I didn't mention, but I find them to be extremely artistic and creative in their own right, and, you know, with that watery touch to them and the ability to kind of just be fluid and I don't know, imagination comes into mind a lot of times. You know, they're very much in tune with their dreams. They get a lot of downloads and a lot of dreams that actually give them prophetic, you know, answers to their life and circumstances. And so this is going to be a beautiful combination, and I see it quite a bit, but very different, like I said. So a lot of times the detachment of the mind versus the emotional part of Cancer can be something that you need to work on. But the love is there nonetheless. So let us read to you the three major categories for today, November 12th, which, as I'm shuffling the last two categories, I do want to mention some very important astrological occurrences happening right now. On November 12th, 2020, we have Jupiter and Pluto conjuncting exact for the third and final time this year. And it's very, very powerful. It absolutely, in a few words, but important words, represent this incredible aspect of Pluto that's about transformation in our lives. Absolutely wanting to succeed in whatever it is we do and having the confidence and the wherewithal to do that. You know, we've had so many times this year to recognize things were out of our hands. Patience was essential. And may I just raise my hand and say in all humbleness that I had lack of patience. I was frustrated with the retrogrades. I've been frustrated with my kitten that I love so much. But just the things that normally aren't a part of me, and I know it was a culmination of everything, and I think you can relate to that. I hope you can. But just praying and actually meditating more on the ability to stay grounded, which is what Capricorn is, and that's what the Pluto-Jupiter conjunction is. It's Capricorn. It's massive. Jupiter is about expansion, and it's about really having faith and trust and feeling light and loving and optimistic, okay? Those are the words that are so important. It's met together. What you make of this is exactly what you'll get from it. But recognize the transformations that needed to occur, and generally for the better, and just giving yourself a big pat on the back for having gone through what you did this year. All of us have been through amazing changes that we never saw coming, but we've had them all our life, and we got through it so far, and we will continue to get through it because there's more to come. But we're almost at the end of the year, so that's the really big important astrological mention. And then the other two that I'll mention is that tomorrow Mars stations direct in Aries, and that's been in retrograde for 2 months. So yes, it'll take a little while to build up steam, but basically any fire sign, I happen to have a Aries moon. So trust me, I mean, the fiery, passionate part of me that I mentioned has been impatient has been stifled and stopped. And it made me say, you've got to be patient. You have to accept the unexpected. You have to recognize things aren't always going to go in your time. And when you do that and you release the need to be in charge or, in control, which I have a lot of issues around when you're living alone and you have to be in charge of your businesses and stuff, that kind of just sets in. But releasing all that really helped me because there wasn't any real choice in the matter. And things are moving forward, and so we're all going to feel that, every one of us, fire sign or not. That is really a welcome energy. And then last but not least, at least for now, the new moon in Scorpio. We're in Scorpio season now, and the new moon is the 14th, 15th, Saturday, Sunday, depending where you're located. And oh my gosh, I will light my candle of intention for you because that is exactly what you do on new moons. And this one is incredibly strong. And I mean, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So we have the two right there. We have the conjunction today, and then Pluto in Scorpio, transformation, confidence, trust, forward motion. Beautiful insights, beautiful intentions can come through this. And make it what you choose it to be. So write those down, and we'll move on with the reading. But yeah, these are beautiful, beautiful energies and planetary aspects that are happening for all of us if we choose to utilize that. So I'm pulling out the two cards after. Interesting. This has come up, 3 times in the 2 videos I did yesterday. It's come up today. I can feel it has a little crease in it. Fantastic. Okay. So you've got all wands, okay, for the beautiful Libra and Cancer connection readings. That's the most fire energetic, which is what today is representing, this exact Jupiter Capricorn. we're making it happen. You know, we're not going to sit in our laurels anymore. We're going to do whatever it takes to get to the next level, to push forward, and to really feel strong and confident about it. And it's making me actually emotional. The first card is overall energy, the catalyst leading to this reading. And you have the Four of Wands, which is the most beautiful structure, foundation, you know, comfort, security, family. It represents perhaps, you know, marriage and commitment for the two of you. Long time coming, boy, to get to this balanced place. And that's absolutely beautiful. And there's not a lot more to say about it, except that maybe you know somebody that may marry you or that you're going to invite in your family that are fire signs. But with this beautiful, you know, planetary energy that's coming forth with, like I said, Mars moving forward, yeah, we're all going to feel the energy. We're all going to feel lighter and happier and joyful about what's coming up. And certainly in the relationship. That's fantastic. Then the second category, like I said, 3 times this has come up. And it is a 3 number. So it's about growth. It's about prosperity. And it is the 3 of Wands, the fire, the trust, and seeing our ships coming in. You have a ship in the background and he's looking towards that. Never gave up. 3rd time with this particular, you know, conjunct of Jupiter and Pluto. That's significant. You know, perhaps help from others and family and a real sense of community is involved here. Always having kept your eye on the prize and believing and never letting up. That's fantastic with all of the, you know, the challenges that may have occurred, that you've stayed strong that way and being able to see what is coming forth because of that. It's beautiful. And the 3rd and final is over the category of finances. And that's going to be, you know, yes, money, but also your fundamental, tangible things that you see, your home, your work, your relationships. And you have the 8 of Wands. So this is just, it's fast. It's really, really fiery. It's information. It's go. It's yes. It's a yes. 8s are absolute abundance, manifestation, prosperity when it comes to numerology, and that's an 8. So it's a real exciting time. And it's about just recognized and actually not even focusing on anything right there behind you. That's done. Okay, and you will remember things, and you know how you are, Cancer, and definitely Libra. You get sentimental. You're not going to forget what this year has done for you. But it's empowered you, I can tell you that much. And it's full speed ahead. So information about money, just like that, really quick. Something you may not have expected, but it's beautiful and it's optimistic and it's good. And if you haven't subscribed and you would like to, and you're feeling resonance to these readings, please do me that favor, because for no other reason, I would love to have you comment and let me know what's going on. If there's anything going on that is what I'm speaking of, it always kind of helps me to reassure that Spirit is working through me in the right way as I pray for it to every day. And just send you a bunch of love. And then liking is good. You know, YouTube will share it. You can share the videos. All of it's good, and it's really appreciated, and it's free. And I always like to remind people, because they may like it and they don't recognize that as being a really important part of helping me out. So those are the messages for the highlighted Libra Cancer connection. And I'm going to read, like I said, an individual card for every other sign in connection with Cancer. So we're going to go around clockwise. Cancer and Virgo. Beautiful energies together. You have the earth and the water. They are very complementary, you know, on a scientific and, you know, biological way of looking at it. You know, you have the earth, and sometimes it gets a little hard and stuck, and then you have water, and you soften it, and it kind of, you know, gets more pliable. You can plant seeds and you can grow. And I mean, all earth signs most earth signs, predominantly earth signs, love nature. They love gardens. They love growing. They have this incredible green thumb. My neighbor is a Virgo, and I've come a long way this year because of the time to do so, but her garden is impeccable. I've learned a lot from her. And yeah, it's the natural things that are really drawn to earth signs. And Virgo is a beautiful, beautiful, harmonious complementary sign to Cancer, though very different. Virgo is a mutable sign. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and that went forward a week ago, thankfully, and it's still kind of building up steam as well, but it's about clarity of communication and information, which is, you know, Mercury is very importantly a part of that. And when you're ruled by it, it really has to do with your mind. Very intelligent, very analytical kind of thinking is what goes on with Virgos, and they want to know and dig and understand and grow and expand their knowledge in any way they can, and then they want to share it with you. They're very caring. They are the archetype of the Virgin, which has to do with the authenticity and the purity of heart, where they want to give and not necessarily receiving or expecting anything in return. Like I said, they have great ability to learn. They're very, very capable of organization, management, very in tune with, I would say, how to procure and to very strategically amass wealth. And, you know, they love to be generous, but they also know when to kind of tie the purse strings a little bit. And this year may have been that way, and I think it's going to be very beneficial that they did that. And the two of you together can work that way, and you tend to work that way, and you understand each other. And there's a security that you really want, Cancer, with that Earth, because they're going to be there for you. They're going to be trusting and loyal and all the things that you require, and I think we all do, but you in particular. And it's a beautiful, beautiful connection. Your specific reading is the Ten of Wands, so yes. Now, when the Ten of Wands is here and you see a man with all these wands on their back, it's exactly that. Virgos are workaholics a lot of time. I'm just going to say it. I use the word. And I know Cancers can be too, but notoriously, Virgos will work until they can't work anymore, right? And then they'll work some more. And they'll do it for security. They'll do it because they just are really involved in what they think and what they want to do and how to improve. And they, God love them for it, right? But the 10 is a new cycle. So anything that you've been carrying on your shoulders and all that information, all that work, and I know a lot of Virgos and Cancers have worked through this entire year, even though many of us have not been able to. This is knowing that you're ending that finish line, okay? A lot of what you've put forth, all of those burdens, all of those responsibilities are going to start being taken off your shoulders. And you're going to recognize that you're going to see the fruits of your labor. You're going to enjoy them together. And it'll be celebration time. And I'll tell you what, that new moon is very indicative of that. And then the end of the month, we have the beautiful first eclipse in Gemini, which is going to be a whole different thing. I'll talk about that more. Absolutely beautiful. The burdens will go away, but carry them just a little longer, okay? Because it's all going to be changing. And you know, you kind of dig seeing all the work that you put forth together. And here we have the full moon in the background too. I didn't see that. I think the eclipse is going to have a lot to do with how things change for you, maybe instantly, so that you don't feel so burdened and that you can maybe take some time to kind of balance that out a little more. You know, we are in, the Venus is in Libra, so we're still kind of focusing on love and balancing and all the things that Libra's characteristics come forth and show. And then we go Leo and Cancer, and Leo and Cancer are very, very attracted to each other. And there's the fire and the water. So you got to be careful. You know, there's that tension you want, right? But you don't want too much, or it'll just all blow up. And you don't want too little. It's just not exciting enough. But you got to have that tension and that excitement in a relationship. Everyone does, whether they admit it or not, you know. And people love drama sometimes. There might be a good amount of drama. That's really up to you, because Leos are dramatic. Leos are fire, baby. They are the ruled by the sun sign. There's energy and vitality and attraction and magnetism and confidence that you can't help but kind of feel seduced by. And I think a lot of you do. They also want to nurture and take care of you. They want you to be center stage, and when they have their eye on their prize and